there you have it, a Detroit style hot honey prosciutto pizza. This is absolutely crazy. Game changing, delicious, man. I'm telling y'all right now, I can't dance, but damn, this is good. Thank you, God, for blessing me with the ability to cook. Now that summer's around the corner, the only thing that has been on my mind has been pizza. Not just any pizza, but one that's indulgent, cheesy, salty, a touch of sweetness, and most importantly, makes me feel like I'm wrong for eating it. Luckily, I can make just about anything. Let's get to work. We begin by making our dough, of course, and everything goes into the bowl of a stand mixture. So right here is bread flour. You could easily swap this out with AP flour, instant yeast, salt, sugar, a little bit of water, and a splash of olive oil. I like to give it a quick mix before I attach it. And then usually want to start this on medium-low speed to a rough dough ball forms, and then we'll crank it up and let it get going. We're making a Detroit style pizza dough. I wanted something a little bit more bready. It's not really common for the type of pizza we're making, but when you're the chef, you can do what you want. Y'all know I like to help my stand mixer out, so I'm gonna scrape down all the edges just to make sure everything gets incorporated. And guys, if you don't have a stand mixer, you gotta get one. It's gonna make your life that much easier. Imagine doing this all by hands. Yeah, it's possible, but why do that when this can do the work for you? Once it comes together, go ahead and crank the speed up. And if it is sticky, after 5 to 6 minutes, add a tablespoon of flour a little bit at a time till it comes together and it's smooth. After a few minutes, we can check on this dough. It's looking good. I ended up adding about a 1/4 cup extra of the bread flour. So now we can spray our bowl down and let this rest. Y'all know when it comes to making dough, it's always a waiting game. Give that a quick spray. And it is still a little bit tacky. It won't be super smooth, but you still want it to be workable. Like if it's sticking to your hands like crazy, then it is no good. Add some more flour and keep on kneading it. But this will do the job. So I just added a little bit of flour to my hands. We'll form it into a ball, nice and supple. Look at that bad boy. Go ahead and drop this into a bowl. Cover this bad boy with plastic wrap, and then we're gonna just throw it in my microwave. For you, you can do it in your oven, whatever place is warm, and we're gonna let this rise for about an hour until it doubled in size. The sauce for our pizza will be the second easiest thing we make today. In a hot pan, I'm going down there with onions. Y'all know me. A recipe isn't complete without cheese or onions for me. So we'll go in there with about half an onion. We'll go in there with sugar, some garlic. For our seasonings, we'll go in there with oregano, a little bit of red pepper flakes, and of course, a pinch of salt. And I almost forgot, we're gonna go in there with just a little bit of torn basil. You can make this rustic if you want, or you can chop it up, whatever you want. We'll mix this up. And I would say this is a no-cook pizza sauce because we really don't have to cook it, but this is the only part we have to cook. So we're gonna cook these down so they get nice and translucent, get a little bit of color on it. And then we'll add this to the rest of our sauce. Why didn't y'all tell me I was forgetting just a little bit of olive oil just to help things get going? Now we'll give this a final mix. And just let this cook down now. Take your time, don't rush your step. Once your onions look like this, we can go ahead and take it off the heat, set it aside, and we can build our sauce. The first thing going into our bowl are San Marzano whole tomatoes. This is actually my first time using it. I've never been able to find these at stores. So everybody on TikTok, everybody on the internet says these are the tomatoes to use. So we have those in a bowl. Then come back with that onion mixture. And I realized I should not have added the sugar to the onions. I should have added at this step, but that'll be okay. We'll taste and adjust, and if we need to add some sugar, we will. This is the part I'm most excited for. You get these whole tomatoes and you just wanna go in there and you just wanna crush them up. I'm gonna try to not make a mess because when I'm cooking, I always make a mess and I would hate to have a red stain on this apron before the video is over with. So we're just gonna go in there and crush it up. And you could even throw this in a blender. I may or may not do that. I don't know how I'm feeling yet, depending on after I crush everything up. That's why we kind of saute those onions first because they'll kind of melt in the background. But if you want a super smooth sauce, by all means, you can go in there with an immersion blender, throw in a big blender, whatever's gonna make you happy. I'm kind of feeling this rustic style though, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, this is perfect. I'm happy with this. I'm not going to blend it up. I kind of like the chunks in it. Here, this is what you taste for salt, pepper. If you need to add a little bit more sugar, do that. Remember, as this cooks down though, it will get a little bit more salty, so don't go crazy on the salt. But in the meantime, we gotta get to my favorite thing of the day. Hot honey is the easiest thing we get to make today, and it's gonna be way better than anything you get at the store. One, because it's customizable, and two, you're not spending $8 on a thing of hot honey. I think that's absolutely crazy. I got so much hot honey in there that I spend money on it. It's OD expensive. So everything just goes into the saucepan. So right here is honey. Next, a splash of apple cider vinegar just for a little bit of brightness. A couple smashed cloves of garlic because that's just, garlic is amazing. Ginger, this is gonna add some nice back of the note brightness for a little heat. Of course, we gotta go red pepper flakes. You can always adjust this. You can amp it up or down if you want more heat. I like to add just a little bit of aleppo pepper. I feel like this is gonna ground it out just a little bit. We'll add a few teaspoons of this. Now just heat this over low heat. Do not bring it to a boil, over low heat for 10 to 15 minutes and then you're good to go. After those 10 to 15 minutes, you can strain it to get everything out. or you could let it steep inside for another 15 to 30 minutes and all those flavors and spices are really gonna soak into it. Either way, this is done. We'll get ready to shape our dough. Here we have our dough that has risen beautifully, just looking absolutely gorgeous. I love when dough rises up perfectly. We can move this to the side, and the baking tray of choice is a 9x13. This is a dark steel aluminum pan, just so we can get that good conduction, get those edges nice and crispy. But I believe for Detroit style, a Lloyd's pan is what it's called. And we're gonna go down there with 2 tablespoons of oil. I almost went blank for a second. And this is really just gonna help the pizza crisp up and pretty much fry. And then you just wanna spread it all across the sides and the bottom. This is like a fusion pizza. This isn't typical. So if you're a pizza purist, I'm sorry, I'm probably making a sin out of your favorite beloved Detroit style pizza. Once those sides are oiled up, you can go ahead, take your dough and just place it in there. And you can just try to stretch it out a little bit. It won't stretch too much, but we're gonna let this rise again for another hour. Try to do the best you can, but don't fight it. There's no need to tear the dough at this step. That's the best I was able to get it. So we're just gonna cover this with plastic wrap, and we're gonna place this in my microwave or wherever your warm spot is for an hour. While this is proofing though, go ahead and heat your oven at 525 degrees. I want this oven piping hot when the pizza's ready to go in. So I will see you in an hour. Our pizza dough has risen beautifully, looking well. And as you can see, it's still not edge to edge. So all you have to do is just take it and spread it across. Try not to deflate it too much, but if you can't, again, it's really no big deal. I'm happy with how that looks. Now you just go over top of it with your sauce. You can do as much as little as you like. I'm gonna do a good little bit of sauce. I like a saucy pizza. And I know Detroit style pizza usually isn't like this at all. You have those 3 stripes. I know that, but like I said earlier, I'm the chef. I do what I want. It's my video, you know what I'm saying? So we can add just a good layer, and I'm really loving the chunks in this, man. And this tastes absolutely beautiful too. Once you're done adding your sauce, the next best thing we go down there with is cheese. And you really make sure you want to get those edges too, because as this bakes, it'll crisp up in that oil. Oh my Lord. And I love mozzarella cheese. You can use a little bit of white cheddar, however and whatever's gonna make you happy, do that. After the cheese, I'm gonna go in there with some salami. You could use pepperoni. You could use whatever, for real. Like I keep saying that, but it's very important. And this is gonna shrink dramatically when it cooks. So you can be a little bit generous over here. And then on the top of it, we're gonna go over there with some prosciutto that I just cut into some thin sliced pieces. And we're gonna layer it in between the salami, all around the pizza. And as the pizza bakes, the prosciutto is gonna crisp up, kind of almost get burnt, but not really, but that's the good flavor that I'm looking for. We'll top it with some more prosciutto when it comes out the oven. And then on top of that, I'm going down there with some dollops of ricotta cheese. This is gonna add some creaminess to it. A good balance, get a little crispy in the oven, no rhyme or reason to it. Whatever's gonna make it happen, you gotta do that, right? This is one thing I love about being a cook is when I see something, I can literally make it. Like I don't have to depend on anybody. I don't gotta spend crazy money. I just gotta go get the ingredients from the store, spend a little bit of time and lock in and make something absolutely beautiful. And then come on guys, I gotta do it. We'll go down there with some thinly sliced red onions, very thinly sliced. I used a mandolin to get them this thin, just because I didn't want them too crazy big on here. Once you're happy with how the pizza looks, and only then, we're gonna go ahead and bake this at 525 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes until the bread is nice and crispy, the cheese is melted, the salami, the prosciutto, all that is cooked through. Just keep an eye on it, because you never know. Sometimes it might be a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. Moment of vulnerability here, I'm super nervous. I don't know how it's gonna come out. I've made Detroit style dough before, but the fusion of the 2 flavors, don't know how it's gonna come out, don't know how it's gonna look. That wasn't my best dough work. I'm not even gonna lie about that. But I'll see in a second. I got confidence. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Okay, our pizza is out the oven looking absolutely beautiful. Just look at that. I'm happy with this. It looks really good. Now, let it cool for a second and then we'll pull it out the pan and we'll do the finishing toppings. Now that the pizza has cooled just a little bit, I think the hardest part of today is gonna be trying to get this pizza out the pan without completely destroying it. So get underneath it and then be quick. Bam! Ooh. I love executing. Our finishing toppings go as follow: a little bit of Parmesan cheese. You can never have too much cheese in a recipe, right? Just like so. And then our hot honey from earlier, by the way, this is absolutely fantastic. We'll do a nice drizzle right across it. And then to finish it off, I have some thinly sliced basil just to go right over the top of it. Give it some color contrast, hope it pops just a little bit more. And I sliced these very thin. So do your best to do it, but if not, then slice basil will do the job just fine, and bam! And there you have it, a Detroit style hot honey prosciutto pizza ready to dig in and get a bite. As we can see, we got the crispy edges. I'm happy. Okay, let's slice into this bad boy now. Slice it down the middle first. just to make cross slicing it that much easier. Nice and crispy. Oh Lord. Yeah, buddy, y'all hear that? Sheesh. Oh, I love pizza. I'm about to be so happy eating this. I think I'm gonna go for this corner piece. Oh my goodness. This dough has risen perfectly. The cheesy crust. Cheers to y'all. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm ready to eat this. Let's go for it. Wow. I can't dance, but damn, this is good. Just give me a second, guys. Thank you, God, for blessing me with the ability to cook. Wow. No questions about it. This is everything I hoped for and I needed. I've been thinking about this all week and I'm like, DeRay, can you pull this off? Is it gonna hit as hard as it's hitting in your head? Yes, it is. It's that good. Make this for yourself and I promise you, you'll be feeling the same exact way. The Detroit style dough is perfect. It's chewy, it's airy, it's fluffy, everything you want in dough. That pizza sauce, no cooked pizza sauce, game changing. The cheese crust from the mozzarella cheese, the salami, the prosciutto, the red onions, the ricotta, everything about this is perfect. And not to mention that hot honey is crazy. I'm gonna be doubting that on everything. But there's only one way to find out if it's cap or not, and that's for you to make this. Send this to somebody that loves pizza, that needs a good pizza recipe, because this is it. Come back next week. Y'all know I got a banger. I'll see y'all there. Peace. This is absolutely crazy. Game changing, delicious, man. I'm telling y'all right now, this pizza is not gonna last 5 minutes. As soon as I turn these cameras off, it's gone.